So welcome to the awards press conference of the 23rd Black Nights Film Festival. We have representatives of the 7 juries here. I'm going to be introducing them in the order as they speak. They're available for comments. Let's keep the questions until the end of the press conference. And first of all, I'm going to announce a couple of awards that will also be announced tonight on the stage of the award ceremony. And we have the Children's and Youth Film Festival, Just Film, that is handing out 2 awards on the stage. First of them is the European Children's Film Association Award that will go to the film Binti, directed by Frederique Migom. And then it's going to be the Grand Prix of Just Film, that will be given to the film Boys in the Wood, directed by Nini and Dov. Then PÖFF Shorts, the Shorts and Animation Film Festival, will be handing out 1 award on the stage. This is the film that will be proposed to the European Film Academy, since PÖFF Shorts from this year is eligible to do that, and the film that will be presented is 12K Mark Street, directed by Irina Jordania. And also, the festival is announcing the Audience Award, and it was a very close call. There were 3 films actually that were very close to getting it, but the grant of €2,000 from the city of Tallinn will go to When the Moon Was Full by Narges Abiar. And now I would like to give the floor to Regina Hansen, representing the ecumenical jury.
Ecumenical jury comment about the film is: Ecumenical Jury Prize will go to the film that supports Christian and universal human values, empathy, and the sanctity of life. It is a film that supports the viewer in making personal life decisions, and that is made powerful through its script and strong acting. The film's protagonist, while meeting the label loser by all visible criteria, rejects the role of the victim and strives forward, demanding respect and dignity from others. While doing so, she also refutes ethnic prejudices and proves that queen doesn't need to be a title one inherits. And the film is Gypsy Queen. Congratulations.
Thank you, Regina. Let's move on to Siddiq Parmak, who is representing the NetPAC, the Network of Asian Film Promotion. Please, Siddiq.
Good morning, everybody. Actually, I would like to explain a little bit about NetPAC. NetPAC is Asian film presenting by network of promotion of Asian cinema. It's given to Asian films having their world or international premiere screening at the festival. This time, NetPAC goes to give an award for film called Golden Voices from Israel. Director Evgeny Roman, jury commentary for this film, for an honest and simple narrative of the most complex angles within a human being and his value, the nostalgic picturization of the reality, and providing brilliant acting. I must say that it was the most interesting film for the jury member, beside of a lot of films from this competition. But honestly, we were expecting more great films in this festival.
Thank you for the honest comment. Now we have Aurelia Asa representing the International Federation of Film Critics, and they were viewing the films in the first feature competition. Please, Aurelia.
Yeah, hey guys. So the jury comment is really short here. So we decided to award a powerful film which stood out by its amazing energy, engaging performances, and social context. And the winner is a British social drama, Looted. And actually, I would elaborate by a couple of words, maybe that. What really hooked us was literally the power of the film. So when it started, it sort of managed to keep the power until the end. And I think that also the message it gave out was really strong. And yeah, it was amazing. So thank you.
Hello.
Thank you, Aurelia. For those who are not able to read the jury names on the slides, then I would read them out for you. Because Aurelia's jury members were also Daria Badior from Ukraine and Joanna Orechkova-Bonis from France. And now the floor goes to Leslie Felperin from the UK. She's a film critic, and she's representing the Baltic competition jury. Her co-jurors were Milja Mikkola from Finland and Ricardo Mendes from Germany. Please, Leslie.
Thank you. Good morning. It was a great honor to be back here in Tallinn. It's been 10 years and the place has changed. This is the second time I've judged the Baltic competition, and Tina promised me next time I get to go on the main jury, maybe. But our commentary is thus. Told through the eyes and ears of an adolescent raised abroad, who understands the language being spoken around him, but not always what it means. The winner of the Baltic Film Competition this year is all about people and cultures caught in between. Tightly structured and yet built on performances that feel spontaneous and true, this densely layered debut feature captures what it's like to be a child on the edge of adulthood, simultaneously part of a family and an outsider, at home and a stranger in a strange land all at once. The award goes to Motherland. And I'm particularly pleased that we only realized after we made our decision that the director Thomas Vengris was the winner of the Baltic Event Development Prize money back in 2015 to make this very film. So it's nice to see him coming back and winning the top prize as well. Thank you.
Yeah, it will be a nice homecoming for Thomas, I'm sure. Moving on to Rebels with a Cause, we have Ahmed K. Bilgic representing the jury. His co-members were Ilkka Matila from Finland and actress Merete Pohla from Estonia. Please, Ahmed.
Yes. Hi. It was a really exciting part of the festival. Actually, there are too many experimental movies were together, and the many rules were destroyed by the cinema. That was really interesting and different experience for all of us. And we decided, actually, we have the awards for the Rebel Shorts first. We decided to give to the movie the French production, Vasilis Kekotas, the director. The jury feels that filmmakers succeed in the usage of filmic tools and lend originality to the well-told story. The cast, the cinematography, the music and sound, creative atmosphere for the film, and with a profound theme. The story was on the character, and we were joining to his daily life in last days. That was a great experience for us, and we decided to give an awards to feature film with the Rebel with a Cause competition from the Chinese production, and the director is Young-Jin Ni. I worked at awards many times, and Orgy decided to give this award to a movie that has a bold, skilled, and artistic approach to cinema. Its director has an amazing ability to tie the cinematographically together different times, locations, and the realities. In this period in the world, when we are impoverishing policies of the states, violence against innocent people, freedom of expression, and way of life are being ignored. We are happy to give Rebel with a Cause Awards to that movie, which tackles the social, political, and sexual taboos by using the magic of cinema. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmed. Moving on to the first feature competition, we had Michael J. Werner, the producer from Hong Kong, Mia Choi, producer from South Korea, Sebnem Hassanizogi, actress from Turkey, Arsen A. Ostojic, the director from Croatia, and representing the jury here is Ruben Mendoza, the director who won the Grand Prix of the previous edition of Black Nights. Please, Ruben.
Hi to everyone. We gave two special jury prizes. So I'm gonna read them and then the best film award. Special jury prize for best screenplay. The jury has decided to give a special jury prize to a screenplay which, in the course of a family get-together, manages to successfully depict unexpected inner family dynamics set against turbulent political times. The writers created believable characters of various social backgrounds, as well as a convincing narrative flow happening in real time. The award goes to The Seeker from Brazil. A special jury prize for outstanding cinematography. The jury has decided to give his special jury prize for outstanding cinematography, which poetically paints the picture of environment, people, and atmosphere in a remote village in high on Andes. We were overwhelmed by the way the camera digests light, time, wind, mountains, skin, textures, and life. The awards goes to The Names of the Flowers, Bolivian-Iranian co-production. And the Best Film Award. In times of new formats, platforms, and rushed rhythm, it's so great to give this award to a film that holds the old torch of cinema itself. With powerful sense of reality, with magic, poetry, and cruelty, this tale stands for the dignity of waiting for death while life passes by in such a strong way. Beautifully shot and edited, with a great sense of communion with the people, landscape, environment, and the topic itself. It was like enjoying a nice and humble meal from the countryside. The film left us the taste of chestnut. So the Best Film Award is for Starting from the Chestnut Wood. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruben. Then moving on to the official selection of Black Nights. The jury was composed of two members: PVO, a composer from Italy, Fabrizio Maltese, a photographer and a documentary filmmaker from Luxembourg, Lisa Carlehead, an actress from Denmark, Kerem Ayan, festival director of Istanbul Film Festival, Turkey, and Rima Das, a scriptwriter and director from India, and representing the jury is Michael Newell from the UK, film director and the producer. The floor is yours, Michael.
Thank you very much. We had 20 films to make a judgment on. They were all of them of a very high quality. They had purpose. They had ability to achieve their purpose. They were wildly different in tone, in story, and they came from all around the world, as indeed did the jury. It killed us to only be able to give the 7 awards. I'm sorry, you're going to have to listen to me read out 7 awards. It killed us to only be able to give the prizes to the movies in the categories which we selected. There were many more that we would wish to have rewarded. And when I've done with the official stuff, I just want to mention the 3 or 4 films that, if there were a God in heaven, we would have recognized officially. So our first our first award was for Best Music, and the award goes to the film Contora, film written by an Indian director, but set in Japan, and remarkable, sophisticated ability to change cultures. And so we have said about that. For the ability to create a state of continuous tension and references to the past through an extremely rigorous and modern orchestral writing, written by our music man. The next one is Best Script. One of the most famous English actors, David Garrick, said on his deathbed, dying is easy, comedy is hard. And he's dead right. This is a comedy. It's Golden Voices. It's about Russian emigres to Israel who must find paying work in very strange, unfamiliar circumstances. It has several wonderful performances, particularly from its leading actress. It's our award for Best Script. And the commentary is for telling a vivid and gripping story through real and relatable characters. Absolutely they were. Right from the opening scene, you fall in love with the characters and are intrigued by what's in store for them. It stands out simply for telling a unique story in a balanced and compelling way. Yes, it does. Our next is Cinematographer, which we gave to a film called Coming Home Again. The cameraman in question, I should have said, by the way, that the script for Golden Voices was by Evgeny Ruman and Ziv Berkovich. The best cinematographer goes to Richard Wong for a film, Coming Home Again, which is about a family in Japanese family, Korean, I beg your pardon, family in California, watching the mother of the family die. And our commentary is for its ability to translate into images the tension and the drama of the story with an elegant minimalism, framing through narrow spaces, both physical and metaphorical, representing the despair of the characters with a discreet eye and delivering a bold vision of what cinematography should be. That's a very good comment on that film. It's a terrific film. Our next is for Best Actress. And we have given the prize for Best Actress to Alina Serban for the huge lead she plays in the film Gypsy Queen, which is about women's boxing, and particularly in the Roma community of Germany. It's full of wonderful performances. She plays the lead in it, and boy does she fight. And we have said, for her strong performance in committing herself flawlessly to the character and its challenging physical demands. It's enormously challenging, and she's very impressive. Our next is Best Actor, which we have given to an English film called Muscle, which is about a very ordinary suburban man who finds himself in emotional problems and takes on a course of body improvement at his local gym, and then becomes the victim of his instructor. It bears some resemblance to a very famous English film by Joe Losey called The Servant. It's not a rip-off. It's a different film, but the man who plays the small-time, simple suburban guy who gets himself into terrible trouble is an actor called Cavan Clerkin. Cavan Clerkin, whom I didn't know. He's very, very good, and our commentary is for his outstanding performance of portraying an ordinary man in unordinary and difficult circumstances, and for his great transformational skills. He does change enormously during the run of the story. Award for the best director, a film called Kalel 15, which is set in working class Manila amongst very young people, high school students, so therefore the actors are perhaps untutored actors. It's a very powerful film with a very strong point of view. We have said about the director, whose name is Yun Robles Yana, working with a large cast of mostly very young actors, he has made a film which feels deeply rooted in the everyday lives of its characters. His film pulls away the sticking plaster from the wounds of the AIDS epidemic amongst young people in the Philippines and exposes the terror and violence that this crisis imposes on them. It's a passionate and concerned film about lives we never see in the West. You really do go somewhere different. Full of surprises, this film. And finally, the big pot, the Grand Prix for the best film, which we gave to a film called Contora, whose music we also gave a prize to. Its director and producer, a man called Anshul Chauhan. And the commentary was that Contora is a powerful, mysterious story that links modern Japanese lives with a past that the characters of the film think has been buried and forgotten, but which rises up to haunt and obsess them. It's also a rich portrait of an ordinary Japanese family under severe tensions. Full of unexpected, disturbing images, this film is brilliantly multi-layered and a truly traumatic experience. It's a terrific film. And then there are the films that I wished we had a room to give prizes to, because like all of the films that we saw, as I said, they are tremendous, accomplished pieces of work, all 21. If we were to sort out a kind of second tier, and the films which I personally regret we can't reward formally, those films would be a film from Iran called When the Moon Was Full, which is quite extraordinarily daring in the areas of life in Pakistan into which it goes. It's a dangerous film, and the courage of the people who made it is extraordinary, and their sophistication is tremendous as well. There's another wonderful film from Vietnam called Drowsy City, which is about the life of a young butcher and how he gets himself into tremendous trouble with an unforeseen problem with the local mafia. Terrific, intense film. There's then a film in Gaelic from Ireland. The languages spoken in the film are mostly Gaelic, a certain amount of English. The film is called Monster. It's very beautiful to look at, and it's set during the potato famine of the 1840s, when the simple society of farmers in which it's set is beginning to die of starvation. And lastly, we wished that we had something for a very charming film from Kosovo, Albania, called The Flying Circus, which, extraordinarily enough, is about a group of actors who impersonate the troupe from Monty Python's Flying Circus. When I saw it on the list, I was preparing myself to be intensely insulted that anybody would trespass on this sacred turf. And the film is full of charm and energy and invention, and is a tremendous piece of work. We wish we could have rewarded those films. It killed us not to be able to. Thank you for listening to that very long. There we go.